Welcome to Brother Podcast, the podcast where we talk about pornography, manhood, fatherhood, mental health, and all things concerning men. I'm your host, Nate Mitchell, aka God Made Artist. I need you to like, share, subscribe. This can help somebody that's dealing with pornography. This can help somebody who's dealing with this in their marriage. You don't know who you're going to help, but sharing is free. It don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing to hit the like button. It's free. Yo, so y'all know I'm real open about my life and everything that I went through. And so the other day I was cleaning up and I found an old bottle of Cialis pills that I used to take when I was dealing with pornography and I had ED. And it made me think about how at 25, at 26, did I get to a place where I feel like I needed Cialis, Viagra, or whatever, Blue Chews or whatever. I'm young. My Johnson's supposed to be working, right? So a lot of you know that I dealt with porn for years, from 10 all the way to the age of 28. And dealing with porn, a lot of problems came up. One of those problems were pill usage. Yes, ED was a problem, but also taking these pills became, somewhat of an addiction. Us as men, we try to act all tough and like we got it all together. But let me tell you something. When you get erectile dysfunction, your life comes crashing down. This seems like when you're a man, it seems like this is your most important feature. It's what puts a stamp on your manhood, right? But when it goes away, what do you have? So story goes, I got married in 2017. Erectile dysfunction hit my marriage maybe 2 years into our marriage, right? The time when you are supposed to be still in honeymoon phase, when you're supposed to still be in love, and when you're supposed to be, just googly eyes for one another, all of that. Like the time when it's supposed to be on and popping, it was not popping. It was not happening, and I couldn't take it. Of course, me and my wife at the time, me and her, we getting ready, we in the mood, we getting ready to do what we getting ready to do. And right when it's time to go, Buddy didn't want to show up. And I had no answer for that. The first time it happened, I was confused. I was just as confused as she was. It happened. She was cool. She wasn't busting me out, nothing like that. She was just like, I don't know what's going on. We both were just like, what's going on? I was like, heck, I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know, just a bad day. I don't know. And so it was all good. 2 days passed, right? We in the mood again. Hey, we in the mood. Hey, it's hot and heavy. And it happens again, bruh. It happens again. And at that moment, I think that second time is when everything I went in straight panic mode. I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. Like something's wrong with me. I got to figure out. I need to call a doctor. I need to get on Google. I need to find out what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'm too stressed. I just don't know. Right. I'm freaking out. And because I'm freaking out, she's freaking out. Right. She's trying to figure out what's going on. Because now, mind you, this is happening. And, she's going through this at the same time I'm going through this. We both dealing with this unknown erectile dysfunction. She's never dealt with it. I never dealt with it. We both trying to figure it out. She has her own thoughts. I have my own thoughts. We tried for a third time later that day, and it fails again. And at this moment, she hit me with the whelp face. And when she hit me with that face, I knew it wasn't good. Now I know I need help. So I start Googling. I'm on the laptop. Hey, all night. I probably didn't even go to sleep, but I was Googling all night trying to figure out stuff, trying to find doctors, like all this stuff. Next day, I'm at the doctor. And I'm like, Doc, look, I don't know what's going on. We trying to have sex. It's not working. What's going on with me? So he ran a test. He draw some blood. We ran a test. He asking questions and all this other stuff, just all these things. And he gets to this one question and he says, but are you able to masturbate? But he asked me, was I masturbating? And I was like, I was honest, because I'm like, this is a life or death situation right now. This is do or die. And so I was like, yeah. I was like, I get hard when I masturbate. And he looked at me and he said, oh, what you're dealing with is something that's mental. But we have a solution. I can put you on a 30-day Cialis plan where you take the pill once a day at the same time every day. 5 to 10 milligrams, I think, once a day, and your sex life should be back on track. I said, okay, let's do it. How much are the pills? Let me tell you something. Them pills, for 30 pills, it was $347. $347. Even with insurance. Anybody that's ever bought Cialis and all that stuff, y'all know what I'm talking about. That stuff is expensive. Get home, I'm excited. I'm like, okay, we got these pills. We back in action. Right? Now, at this point, my wife does know that I went to the doctor and that I have these pills, right? At this point, in the beginning, she knows. Hey, they worked flawlessly. They worked perfectly. We in there doing what it do, right? Grown folks business. It works perfect. I reached day 30 and I'm out of pills. So we try to have sex without the Cialis. It fails. And I can't. I'm sick to my stomach because I can't keep going through this. And she can't keep going through this. It's causing problems, right? Like, I've never been this embarrassed. Let me tell you something. I was embarrassed the first time. I was embarrassed the second time. It happened this time. I was through. I was sick. I was like, man, you know what? I give up. I call the doctor and I go back in to see my doctor. I need some more pills. I didn't have the money. I moved bills around so that I could get this $347 of 30-day pills. Now at this point, I'm depending solely on pills to have sex. All right. I get the pills. I want to say maybe the first 2 weeks. Hey, they worked the way they were supposed to. Everything's going good. We get like halfway through. I take the pills, but it stopped working again. So I got that dumb look on my face. Men, if you ever been in a situation where you can't get it up, you know what dumb look I'm talking about. The way she got up told me that it's not good. It's not good. She was pissed. The pills just stopped completely. Now, in between all of this, I'm still watching pornography and I'm still masturbating. Okay? I'm still watching pornography and I'm still masturbating. I went to my doctor again. And I told my doctor, like, look, the pill's not working. He like, I told you once before, it's a mental thing. I didn't like the answer, so I cut him out as my doctor, and I went and found another urologist. This urologist tried to put me on Viagra. Viagra pills did not work. Cut him out. Went to another doctor, tried to get some more Cialis, Tadalafil, whatever. Did not work. So I go see this last doctor, and he said, you are overthinking now. And he said, you have performance anxiety. Now it's not about intimacy. Now it's not about me loving my wife at the time. It's not about none of that. It's about me trying to prove that I can have sex. And so every time we try to have sex, in my mind, before we even got started, I'm wondering, is it going to work this time? What if it don't work? What's she going to think? How's she going to feel? And not only do I have performance anxiety, I'm also starting to get depressed. It's causing division. It's causing division in my household. My wife don't want me to touch her. She didn't want me to touch her. Barely wanted me to look at her. Didn't want no type of form of affection. None of that. Anything that would almost usually start anything or anything like that, she didn't want it. I started getting pissed about it because I want to try and I want to try to prove myself, but she don't want to keep going through the cycle of being disappointed. And so it just caused this whole problem, right? It just caused this whole problem. So in my mind, I don't know what to do. And so for whatever reason, I'm still buying these pills because I'm trying to prove myself as a man that I can handle my business in the bedroom. And so I'm spending, heck, thousands at this point. I'm probably spending like thousands of dollars on these pills. If you are going through erectile dysfunction, try to find the root of the problem before going and just jumping on pills and whatever the urologist try to give you. Because listen, doctors, let's just talk doctors in general. They are not nutritionists and stuff like that, and they do not tell you that there's alternative ways to fix this stuff, eating right and taking care of your body, all that type of stuff. They don't tell you this type of stuff most of the time. They are selling you the pills, making you think that it's gonna work. These pills did not last me nothing but maybe like 2 months. I had used them for 2 months, and shoot, when I tried to stop, they just stopped working, and I still was buying them, just hoping that, it would help, because my back was against the wall. I was stressed to the max. I felt like I had no other choice. But do not depend on these pills. If you are taking any type of ED pills, be very careful. If you take them, I wouldn't even ask for a 30-day. I'd be like, look, give me like 1 or 2, something like that, just to give your brain a jump start and, put you just back into a better mental focus or whatever. But listen, while you are taking these, you need to be still seeking out counseling. You need to be taking care of yourself, eating right, communicating with your partner, all of this stuff, because when these pills stop working, they stop working, and that's just it. They just won't work, and you're gonna have to answer for that. And so while you are taking them, you need to be finding a solution to the real problem for this. Okay, like I said, my real problem was pornography and masturbation, and it took me a really long time to realize that. It took some therapy to realize that. It took a whole bunch of trial and error with my ex-wife. Let me give you some advice real quick when it comes to your spouse. If you're dealing with this situation, number 1, communication is everything. When it happens, talk to your partner about it. You may not understand it, but communicate with your partner, because her feelings matter just as much as yours. Number 2, remind her how much you love her, how much you care about her, how much. Reinforce that in her mind, because at that moment there are a whole bunch of thoughts running through her mind, and a lot of times she's thinking that you're not interested, that you don't care about her, she's insecure, all of that type of thing. So you have to reinforce your love for her. Number 3 is invite her to doctor visits. That's something that I failed at. I didn't invite my wife at the time to the doctor visits at all. Let her hear it from the doctor as well. Try new things. There are plenty ways to enjoy sex, and then try different ways of being intimate without sex as well. Maybe that's a good way to kind of restart things, and it could help get stuff, back jumping for you. Number 5, go to therapy by yourself and at least once with her, so y'all can sort out these problems, so y'all can sort out these feelings about erectile dysfunction. It's new to you, it's new to her. Y'all need to figure out a solution, talk it out, all of that stuff. And this is the best time to get all your feelings out about it, somewhere else that's outside of the house. Don't bring, those feelings and stuff into the house. Leave them outside of the house. Keep the house drama free, because it's already going to be, an intense, environment just because y'all can't have sex. Number 6, be patient. Be patient with one another. She's going to have to be patient with you. You're going to have to be patient with her. This really could have been number 1. I don't know why I'm saying it last. Don't judge me. Judge your mama. Pray with each other. If you have a prayer life with one another, if you have a prayer life in your marriage and your relationship, whatever, pray, and seek God about it. Yeah, that's the video. That's the video. But y'all know how it go. This is all just advice, tips, and tricks. You don't gotta listen to me. You don't gotta listen to me at all. Take what you want, throw the rest away, whatever. You can click out of this video if you want to. It really don't matter to me, because it's all just advice. At the end of the day, do what you want to do.